Hello, hello. Welcome back to the podcast. It has been a little while since I have done a new recording. I have been posting some things from the archives because while I had previously talked about them and they were on YouTube, they hadn't quite made it to the actual podcast yet. So they are really awesome, super useful topics, but they weren't yet on Spotify. So I've been pulling from the archives and I wanted to pop back in with some new content for you, just based on some things that I've been seeing, observing, hearing, and what I think can help you right now. So first things first, though, before we dive into that, I want to talk to you a little bit about the Founders Club because that is opening up on May 18th. So the Founders Club is an online membership community for personal stylists. It is perfect for you no matter what stage of the styling stage that you're in. If you are just starting out as a personal stylist, I would say it's a must-have for your business because you are going to get access to the Biz Bootcamp, which is all 12 modules for how to set up your business. We talk literally about everything, how to create services, how to price them. And then inside the Founders Club, we have things that happen on a monthly basis. So we have industry expert calls. So this could be on a range of topics. We have done social media, we've done Instagram. We have been focusing a lot recently on virtual services. So we have one of our members who has a membership. We talked about that last week. We are going to be talking in depth about how to create a style course and all the tips and tricks. We just did an amazing masterclass, which if you missed out, you can DM me or email me and I will get you the link to purchase the replay on how to create a virtual one-on-one framework. So obviously we're in a virtual world right now. It's very, very important that you have some virtual services. So the doors are opening for that, like I said, May 18th. It's a short window. They will close on the 21st because in June, July, and August, we go through some Biz Bootcamp calls geared specifically for all the new members. We walk you through the modules, answer your questions, in addition to everything else that is going on. We have stylists from all over the world, literally, all over the United States, Canada. We have a stylist in London, which is really awesome. And it is one of the most positive, supportive community of stylists that I've ever been in, and I've been around a few. So I would encourage you to check that out. If you would like to get on the wait list, you can do that by DMing me or sending me an email. Let me know you want to get on the wait list, and I will get you on that wait list so you can get first access when it opens. So we only open a couple times a year, so you don't want to miss the chance to get in. You don't want to miss the chance to get these resources for your business. So let's dive in really quick. This is going to be a slightly shorter episode, so it's a little bit of like a nugget episode. I want to drop some of these shorter ones for you that will be a little bit more mindset based. So this one is called, Are You Equipped for the Mindset Battle? And it has been something that I have been thinking about a lot lately. I have a love-hate relationship with Instagram, as I'm sure a lot of you do. And I try to stay off of it, try to not consume it as much. I try to create and interact without all of the consumption, or I try to consume in very small chunks so that it doesn't wipe my energy, so that it doesn't leave me feeling competitive or jealous or in any way down and out, because they're not feelings that I want to feel. So lately, before I get on Instagram, I have been thinking of this idea of putting on my armor, putting on this kind of shield, going into that with a positive mindset. It may sound a little silly to you or overwrought, but I think it's really, really important because everything that we come into contact with, everything we consume gets into our minds one way or the other. And so in the world of trolls and in the world of just comparison of Instagram, it's so easy to fall into that trap. So I wanted to carry this idea of putting on your armor into your mindset and making a few analogies of how you can equip your mindset to be ready for battle, and then talk about what that battle is. So the first one is on building your armor. So like, what does that mean to actually build your armor for your mind? So for me, what this looks like is that I create routines that feel good and fill me up. This can be super short routines. This can be a long routine. And I have gone through all of the phases of really short morning routines to evening routines to hour-long morning routines. So there's no one answer, and it's going to change. But the important thing is that the first thing you do in the morning is set yourself up for success, and that is some sort of routine. This can be 3 things that you're grateful for. This can be affirmations. It can be breath work, exercise, eating wholesome foods, drinking water, limiting caffeine and alcohol. What are you doing to build up your armor? Think about it every time you listen to, or every time you do a gratitude. You're like putting on your breastplate. Every time you're writing affirmations, you're like putting on your helmet. Every time you do breath work or whatever, it's a different piece of your armor that is going to protect you and enable you to go out into this battle. The next one I have is to sharpen your sword. So what does that mean in the context of the mindset battle? It means to do everything you can to keep yourself sharp. So that can be reading books, devouring podcasts, absorbing positive social media accounts, deliberately seeking out positivity, and deliberately avoiding the negative. The negative can be conversations you find yourself in. It can be people that you're around. It can be the news. It can be family. It can be social media accounts that don't make you feel great, or it could just be social media accounts that make you feel annoyed. Lately, I have been going through my own Instagram, and when I come across an account where I'm just like, oh, this person just annoys me for whatever reason, whether that's, right or wrong, good or bad, and I will just, I'm not unfollowing, but I'm muting. So I'm muting the post and I'm muting the stories until I can circle back to a more wholesome place in myself to consume that content. There's nothing wrong with any of these people. There's something obviously inside of me that's causing that negative reaction. So I'm just going to limit my access to that for the time being. And so sharpening your sword is all about taking those routines and going a little bit deeper on a daily basis and continually diving deep, continually learning, continuing to have those things that are going to enable you to step out into battle. So the last step I have here is stepping out into battle. So what does this mean in the mindset battle? It means that you have created a baseline for feeling good and deflecting negativity through the first 2, through building your armor and through sharpening your sword. You're doing these things on a daily basis, you're feeding your mind, and now it's time to take that very first step and do the thing that you've been putting off. That step is courage. That step is stepping past your fear, stepping past your limiting beliefs, stepping past the doubting of yourself, and that is going into battle. Being courageous and taking the first step is all that it takes to get into battle. When you are an entrepreneur, when you have your own business, when you are doing anything and you are putting that work out into the world, you will be faced with criticism. You will be faced with things that are going to try to take down your armor. And that's going to be another topic for another episode. But when you have built up your armor, when you have sharpened your sword, you will be more equipped to go into those settings and know that you're going to stand strong, that things are not going to affect you, that you are confident in your truth and in your center. So these are the 3 things that you can do to equip yourself for the mindset battle. Build your armor, create routines, do things that make you feel good, sharpen your sword, read books, learn, build up that muscle. And then finally, take it all and step out into battle. Go out and do the thing you're afraid of, the thing you've been putting aside, that you've been procrastinating on, because with these tools, you are equipped to take on any mindset battle. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this little mindset nugget, this little mindset snippet. I'm going to be bringing you some more of these shorter and shorter formats. If you would like to get more, feel free to follow me on social media at Chic Stripes. You can follow the Personal Stylist Network for more things, all things business for personal stylists. And we will see you on the next From Hobby to Full-Time podcast. See y'all later.